I kid you not that this is my fourth time recording this video. Let me explain. I could not figure out the damn audio. I continued to record, and then I'm like, I got it. Go back, nothing. I'll record, go back, nothing. I record, go back, nothing. Until finally, something clicked. Let me tell you what that was. I decided to do a test run. And I just added in some different mic. Anyhow, wasn't a big deal. But hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Rick, and today we'll be playing yet another Zombie Survivors. Yet another. Again, playing this game. First level for the fourth time. So what you're going to see is I already have a lot of things unlocked, but none of my upgrades have been picked. So I've not picked any points in the upgrades. However, you are going to see things like the super shotgun pull up or the, minigun, things of that nature. I might be forced to get them. I might not. We'll see. So, all right. So let's go ahead and go through this. So when you start the game, you're going to have either the SWAT member, you'll have the tank member. I should know how to do this by now. You'll have the tank or the engineer. So, apparently we also have Ghost and the Huntress as well. We won't be using them, hopefully. And we're just going to kind of stick with the 3 beginning classes just to kind of get a first look at what the game is. And, how it kind of the progression goes, things of that nature. So we'll go ahead and go with the, we'll start with the tank. He's a shotgun kind of guy. I have a few levels unlocked already. However, we're going to go with the isolated city. We'll go with the default, difficulty 1, and we'll start the game. As a lone survivor, you find yourself in a city full of zombies. Zombies that want to eat your brain. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, so what we're going to do is continue to move around. We're going to try and flank these guys. Old Man Nelson over here. Mr. James. Little Mikey. There's Patricia. Alright, so we're going to go around, continue to collect up the money as we get it. And we're going to get that experience. So we're going to hit our first level up. Now you see, they're already trying to do it to me, giving me like perks I shouldn't be using yet. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go with the minefield. Fuse and scattered landmines in an immediate area to give undead fun surprises. That sounds like a good time. I remember back in my day in the early, 2000s, 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9, around that time. We'll go with the shotgun. I was stationed overseas, and, we had these different vehicles. We had Strikers, we had MRAPs, Coopers, things like that. And, we used to, as primitive as it sounded, we would put on mine rollers, hopefully to blow up any IEDs before it gets to our vehicles, things of that nature, or block any infrared signals. And so, mines are fun. And at that time, they were still teaching how to probe for mines and basic training and things of that nature. So I just thought that was a fun little creepy little tidbit of information. Especially, Afghanistan. Russians left a lot of different munitions behind, especially mines and things of that nature. Alright, so let me get off my tangent there. We're going to go with the level 4 shotgun. I need to load those up first because Firepower is always good. In the great words of Ashley Williams, this is my boomstick. I know I wasn't as enthusiastic as him saying it, still. Alright, we're gonna move over to our supply. Hey, that hit hard. Of course, it's gonna be the 2 players I don't want to use at the moment, so we're gonna go ahead and liberate them, and we're gonna get some money. Alright, we'll continue to run this solo. Now there are liberation things over here. You don't unlock those till later. However, they're unlocked now. So I think we about 25% of military training each time. So 4 of them, so we pull up a whole one, and we're gonna get 40 something. So since they're out, I'll go and show you. Alright, so there's also a cache down here, so we'll go with that cache. First hit this military training. And it's all done over here. Alright, dude. Mr. Jones, I heard you. Alright, we can reroll. Maybe we won't do that quite yet. For each type of damage we're going to have, it's going to give us either plus 1% weapon damage, 2%, you know, weapon attack speed, or 3% cooldown reduction. So right now I've got 7 points in kinetic, which are bullets, and 1 in explosion. So yeah, we'll go ahead and go with that. Maybe early on, maybe early on we'll do some benefits. We're not locked into any of those, so we are able to switch them out as we fill up our little roulette meter there, or our 6 power-ups. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and go with weapon damage. We'll just do a flat weapon damage, 10%. And that's kind of what that military training does. Those options. There's a couple of them. They're minute in terms of progression, and so it takes a lot of them to kind of build up any of that. Anything substantial. Alright. Back up to the corner here. Just gonna try and move our way out of it. We're still stuck with just the one member since I didn't want to debut Ghost or Hunters yet, so there's some military training. Let's go to get that. Yeah. Maybe a little bit of armor might not help. It might not hurt. Wouldn't hurt. Alright, so we're at 4 minutes. Our horde has evolved. Upgraded my shotgun. And we're gonna go. Oh yeah, slowly. That's a little Jimmy over there. Stinks. Alright, let's go and get this magnet. And we'll go with the saw blades. And we'll go with the vines. And we'll go with the saw blades. And we'll go with the saw blades. Alright, again, trying my best not to pick anything that wouldn't be when you first have that fresh start of the game, you know? However, I might be picking myself a bit later for that. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the power gloves. We're gonna increase everything 40% minus our elemental damages. That loses 10%, so whenever we get the electric, I can't ever remember his name for the life. Oh no, I gotta pick something. We'll go with the minigun. Alright, so if you had a fresh save and you're running around, you would not have this minigun yet. It's, I think, unlocked at level 20? maybe? I think that's how that works. You know, I could have probably just re-rolled that survivor. Alright, the engineer. Yeah, I could have re-rolled him. Alright, we'll go ahead and go with the engineer. But he's not fun. More minigun. Minigun fire is such a high rate of fire that it's going to be probably carrying the team mostly. Dude, looks like he just ran into the wall. Fell down. Alright. Let's go ahead and move around and get these experience. We'll pick up this money. More zombies. There's little Tommy. Mr. Johnson. Little Peggy Sue. I don't freaking know their names. I don't think there's names like that. Don't really know off the top of that. Down there. Hey, there's Jack and Josh. John, Jimmy. You'd think that these three guys are kind of just, eventually three guys, kind of been around this area for a bit. You know, maybe stationed down here, maybe work, preschool or something like that. They should know some of their citizens. These might be their neighbors, their friends. That's lunch lady Doris over there. Ouch. Alright, let's go make our way up to that military training. Go ahead and hit this hard. I looked away from the screen, I swear to God, I just hit that. Lost all that health. Alright, let's go ahead and do an XP modifier, 10%. XP is always good. More XP early on in any of these games is always a benefit. Let's do minefield to get that off the table. Alright, let's see. We have Pocket Watch, Retaliation, Duct Tape. So this would just give us a flat 15% to critical once we hit our third party member. But currently it'll do a plus 20 armor and 10% dodge chance. So critical chance is always good. You can kind of tell when you get a critical in this game based on the way your numbers look. If they're bigger, that's a critical. Make our way through here. Good. Top off our health one last time. Get power, we got super speed. And with this military training, we make our way up to that magic. Ungathered, but very helpful experience. I swear this game is like anyone ADHD. This game. Can't help it over more than good minutes. Alright, finally, our third. See what they did to me? They put a survivor down here. I was going for the mountain. Alright, let's go ahead and go with the swap member. Now you can read below their names kind of what they do, what's how they benefit the team, things of that nature. Looks like he was an XP modification 20%. I didn't really look at the hunters because I'm not really intending to play with it quite yet. Alright, let's go with the Tesla. Let's upgrade our pistol. Electric turret. And just going to get this military training. Bad guy. Elite there. Take him down. Alright, so we're currently at 8.5 minutes at a 20%, which runs about 20 minutes long. And if I tend to repeat myself, I was losing what I have said within this video and all the other ones I attempted to make. Saying any sympathy for that is basically me being the lead. So, there we have it. So, you can do multiple different runs. Different types of runs. You have endurance, you have time limits, you have kind of see how long you can go. And so there's a lot you can do within this game, which is really good to have that variety, especially if you want to test yourself. If you're a achievement hunter, you kind of want to go with Survivor. I'll go ahead and go with the you kind of go with that. Collect everything, get the achievements, and things like that, trophies. It's a good game. Kind of seek that out. It challenges you a bit. It does. I may not see it at first, but the later ones it will. Definitely will. Alright, so I do like the pick. That is so hard for me to say. Pick. I don't know why. Alright, it gives us a random time power up whenever we pick one up. So we'll have 2 active at one time, and it gives us plus 30% pickup range, which is always good. Because the more XP I'm sucking in, the more I'm leveling up. So we'll upgrade the pistol. Simple one. I like to get all these base weapons kind of maxed out before I focus on anything else. I'm trying to put into work. And usually be your heaviest hitters. See, I'm sure I have time to hit saw blades go around me constantly, but I don't really see the mine pop out every so often. The helicopter goes by. So, I mean, that's not sustained damage. It's just kind of there. You can reduce that time, which is good, but most of the time it usually takes a lot of progress to do that. Alright, we're still sitting at 1300 health. Still doing pretty good. Got through this crowd here, and that's an exit. So since we have all 3 party members right now, we're going to go ahead and just get a free level up. So from this, every time you get 3 members, you're going to get a free level up. What's your experience now? Have I done the heli? No. Alright, that's enough. I don't think there's a way around it. I'm going to have to showcase some of these other weapons. Alright. Oh, hey. Let's see. Mod ship. Attack the system to allow critical hits to give a stacking buff. Okay. Healing bonus. Let's go ahead and reroll this. And let's go with the damage. 30% of the common. The common comes down here. Over here in Asbury Downs, I don't know. Fictitious city we could be in, or street or town or neighborhood, but sit in the helicopter. You can't stand in the fire. It should clear out a pretty good path. Very good, very friendly. Keepers our way through this little slice of heaven over here, and gather up this experience. Alright, so survivor, and team. Area ability. So let's see, who has the most? If we did area ability, I think that could benefit the SWAT member, because I like having that larger radius with the helicopter. So that might be something to think of. go ahead and move our way through here. Let's see. Put one more into the Tesla. Grab this money. About 15 hit points down. So I'm not too worried about getting a health yet. Alright, let's keep moving, collecting. Doing good. Doing good, dude. There we go. Good. So I was watching this one show on Netflix, 11/22/63, James Franco. My sister turned me on to it. And if any of you are lucky enough to see me get to play with her, you're in for a good time. However, yeah, it's a good one. It's about the JFK assassination. James Franco goes back in time, tries to prevent it. Is kind of the premise of it. I've been on this movie kick, so I'm gonna watch that miniseries. And there's this other one on, we'll go with Quicksilver. There's this other one on Netflix that I just watched again. It's Midnight Mass, which is really good little miniseries. 7 episodes, I believe it was, but it's very entertaining. So if you find yourself bored and you have Netflix and you haven't watched it yet, alright. Let's go with the assault rifle. Yes, I probably could have rerolled it. I hadn't even rerolled left, I'm not sure. I don't remember. However. Okay. We'll just do an early showcase of some replay. This is the assault rifle. Alright, so let's go ahead and finish off with the Tesla. And we're just kind of move up and down. Trying to find some experience. That does look a lot bigger than that. With those, that's good. Moving on up. Get this money. Look at this piece of candy or anything. Alright, let's see. Let's go with That's where we're going. So last time I tried recording this, and I got all the way through. Final hit that 20-minute mark. I chose the laser. Showcase that off for everybody. But today, 20 minutes later, I'm going to showcase the blast. Yeah, it's relatively slow, however, that's no problem. Again, this guy is very electric focused, and so if you want to make a build around him, let's go with Bombing Strike Might as well. Showcase this off. So as you can see, he's become a real warrior for a while. Alright, let's see. Ability critical damage, ability duration. Let's go ahead and go with the weapon critical chance, and we'll go with the tank. He's got the highest rate of fire, I believe. Especially with the minigun. So we should be able to use at least 2 minutes for that. Let's go ahead and get this. It's great. Little cachet. This is what I've been kind of saving my... So right now we have 3. We have critical chance there. We're doing weapon cooldown. Okay. What I want to do is showcase off this glass of milk. So I like the glass of milk. So it gives you plus 10 health, overall health. It doesn't recover per se, but it does give you plus 10 after you kill a certain amount of elites, bosses, or just normal enemies. So if you see my house is at 1320, 1330, so if you kill it in max health, that's really good to have, especially early on during kind of the beginning of the stage. That way it kind of has its max potential and so much health every time. So that's alright, so we're at 16 minutes. We're going to continue to just come over stuff around the streets. Whatever really good. Keep this SOS. Let's see. Let's go. More bombing strike. Why not? And then that little, or that. Sorry. We'll hit that rotation and the power. Siege speed and stone skin. Yeah, having kind of these other weapons maybe that you might see in the second stage or so, this early on, and some of these really visualizes unfortunately so good, but it's okay. At this point, again, I think we'll just keep thinking about this, but I've played it so many times, so I'm kind of happy to have it here. Let's keep bombing strike. Elite. Again, the elite of red marks. We don't even care. Let them come up to us. I don't really think there's anything we need at this moment. I mean, we could. We don't want that crit chance. Pick up range. You know. I'm gonna skip it. I think we got a little money for it. Invest in the blaster. What did I say? I was like, we're at 13, 20, 39, and our HP up to like 16, 20, so it's kind of different from the past few minutes. So that's why I say it's really beneficial to have a early game. Then once kind of the desired threshold that you're looking for, and you can just switch it out to build at that time. It's just having a good time. Meeting all my friends. Getting some old dreams. Life is good. Okay. We just got a lot. Alright, that's the look very pretty. Alright, we're at 1833, 34, 5. You're gonna see everything kind of start ramping up a bit. Then mowing them down at this point. As long as he doesn't catch us on the reload, we should be okay. He's trying to catch us on the reload. Alright, got another SOS. Let's get that. And we'll finish off with the strike. Look at myself. Warfare they got going on. We'll do the electric turret. Pretty sure they could probably stand still and just keep everything back. Still nothing. Let's skip it. We do get cash if we do skip it. Alright, let's see. Let's get the electric tail. That should be in that game. We evolved to danger level 6, but everything died. And there we have it. We succeeded. So, again, we are at the screen. Let's go look at our trading. Let's explain this. So, you have a general, and then, which is kind of encompasses everybody, more pickup, more money, movement speed, hit points, armor, things like that, and that kind of that helps everybody out. Next, you go down to SWAT, which is specifically for that class, SWAT class. So you're gonna have your firearms and things of that nature. You can put more points into them, increase cooldown, damage. Next, you have the tank, and then you have the engineer, and so forth, so on and so forth. All right, again. Sorry, I'm watching that gameplay down there in the corner. Looks funny. Hell Reaper. That looks fun. This has been yet another Zombie Survivors. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, sorry about the rants and the tangents and all those good things, but I did have a good time playing through it, even though this was even though it's been a few times. It was enjoyable. I had fun with it. If you like what you saw, go ahead, if you can leave a comment, tell me what you liked about the video, what you didn't like. That would be awesome. I appreciate your time, and I do hope to see you guys in the next one. All right, have a good day, and I'll see you next time.